What is up, guys? This is OG Hoenchamp here, and today I am bringing you the team builder for Week 2 of League Dependency versus the Huddersfield Heracross and Coach Oliver. Now, this is going to be a bit weird of a team builder, I guess, in the sense that I've actually already battled Oliver. He kind of like caught me by surprise as I was out on the road, but I really had nothing better to do, and I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to meet up again to battle, so I quickly transferred my team to my phone, and we battled on the road. So you'll have to wait to see the results of that battle, though. But here I am going to bring you the team builder. I'm not going to mention anything from the battle. I'm just going to present it as if I was preparing for the team coming up now. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. This is his team over here. And just looking at his first couple Pokemon, I mean, I'm already pretty nervous to face his team. He has Victini, which is just an amazing Pokemon. It gets access to V-Create, which is really all you need um, against so many teams. V-Create, Zen Headbutt, Bolt Strike, and stuff like Brick Break or even Final Gambit if you want. Really, really do round out Victini's physical prowess. On the physical attacking side. It can also run a decent special attacking. Um, it does run a decent special attacking set. I mean, with access to things like Flare, Blue Flare, and there's an Electro Ball maybe. I forgot what the electric version of it is, but yeah, and also Glaciate is a really nice move. It also gets a U-turn for uh, a little bit of momentum gain. But honestly, looking at the rest of his team, he has a lot more special prowess than he does physical prowess. So I would think he'd bring the physical variant of Victini if he was going to bring Victini at all, which I definitely think he will. Scarftini just really puts in work against my team with V-Create and Zen Headbutt. Uh, but yeah, I think I've prepped for that. Mega Altaria is his next pick. Really, really solid Pokemon all around. I mean, this Pokemon is just really versatile. You can run the physical set with Return and Dragon Dance. You can run the special set with Hyper Voice. You can run Bulky, Dragon Dance, and Roost or Heal Bell. Really, the only thing is that Mega Altaria, the only defensive option it gets is Cotton Guard, which I mean, it then is hit really hard on the special side. So I don't know. Altaria suffers from that 4 move slot syndrome that a lot of people talk about, where it wants to run so many attacks but only has 4. So, uh, definitely something that I'll need to scout out for early, see what he has, see what he's bringing. Next up is Keldeo, fast special attacker. That's all I can say about this guy, and that's all that really needs to happen. Um, yeah, I mean between Scald, Hydro Pump, Icy Wind, and Sacred or Secret Sword. It gets Sacred Sword and Secret Sword. The special variant of that, it really gets really good coverage over most Pokemon, and really very few things resist its stab coverage. It is worth mentioning, since I do have Bisharp, that he might bring the physical the physical set to take advantage of Justified. Um, but really, I don't think he will. Just because if he does bring the physical set, Skarmory is a huge wall to him. Because even with like Secret Sword, it doesn't do that much. I don't think he gets physical Ice type coverage. Um, and honestly, a defensive Cloyster just would wall him out in that case. Um, so yeah, probably the special set is more likely in that case. Next up is Shaman. Um, Another versatile Pokemon, another Pokemon with 100 base stats all around, just like Victini. Um, so certainly something to watch out for. I mean, it also gets really good coverage between Seed Flare, which is its main stab, and then you get Air Slash, you get Psychic, Earth Power. You can get Substitute and Leech Seed going up, and like the defensive variant of it. And it gets Natural Cure, so it can't even be like poisoned or paralyzed. He can even run Rest and switch out to get rid of the sleep, which is a really neat strategy. Um, I could see Shaman being a likely bring against my team, especially since the main threat to a Typhlosion it can take care of with Earth Power, and I guess it can't do that much to Garchomp because unless it brings Hidden Power Ice, which he could do. Yeah, Shaman could be a bring against my team, so definitely that's something to watch out for. Next up is Claydol, Stealth Rock Setter, Rapid Spinner. Offensively, it doesn't match up very well against my team, but it's very valuable, I think, to him in order to get rocks up and keep webs off of his side of the field. Seeing as webs are a major threat on my team against really anyone who's trying to prep against my team, they definitely got to keep webs in mind, for sure. So I think Claydol is a likely bring for him. Next up is Milotic, really fantastic. Wall on either the physical or the special side gets Marvel Scale or competitive, depending if you want to run defensive or offensive. Uh, and honestly, he might bring competitive just to take advantage if I bring Intimidate Skarmory or Defog on. Intimidate Staraptor or Defog on Skarmory is what I meant to say. Um, which reminds me, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I actually did drop Empoleon in favor of Cloyster. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I did drop Empoleon in favor of Cloyster because I felt like I needed a Rapid Spinner over a Defogger. Um, and also I just needed something that I just had too many things weak to ice, pretty much. Ice and Empoleon just didn't really fit my team. With that would make it three steel types. I kept the water typing, but also ice type is really neat as an offensive type, and gives me another setup option too with Shell Smash. Okay, anyway, back to the Heracross team and Oliver's team. Milotic, really good Pokemon with Scald and Ice Beam. Can run Dragon Tail for phasing out. Toxic, Recover. You can even have Mist to get rid of stat changes, for sure. Next up is Registeel. Um, it's a potential setup Pokemon with Curse. Has really nice special defense. Um, that's about it. I mean, it has Iron Head, Toxic, Thunder Wave, Seismic Toss. Pretty passive Pokemon. I mean, Typhlosion just kind of rips through it, but it is a good response to Gardevoir, which is why it might be a consideration for him to bring. Next up on his team is Mandibuzz, another potential bring. I don't think he's going to bring Mandibuzz and Claydol. I think he'll bring one or the other just to get rid of webs. Depends how valuable he thinks rocks are to him. Um, so yeah, for sure. Mandibuzz gets things like Foul Play, Toxic, Roost. You can even run Brave Bird, even though its offenses are not that great. And you get Roost, which is nice. You can even run a substitute set if you really want. I know I tried once. I tried running a weak armor set on a weak armor sweeping set, and that just didn't pan out so well. So definitely a better defensive Pokemon. Um, but yeah, definitely a threat. The flying type neutralizes fighting against it as a type, so you have to do ice or electric or rock type to hit it super effectively. Uh, yeah. So next up is Rhyperior, another good rock setter. Um, Also a potential weakness policy Pokemon, seeing as it gets Solid Rock, which lessens the damage of super effective attacks against it. That means it can really start to take advantage of things like the weakness policy, and it just gets insane coverage. I mean, if you can get a weakness policy and a rock polish off at max speed, almost nothing can outspeed you. And then you just proceed to use things like Stone Edge or Rock Blast, Earthquake, Mega Horn. You can even get Aqua Tail on that thing. Um, Even though Aqua Tail seems a little bit redundant, because really it's only good for fire types, which you have Earthquake or Stone Edge for. Um, but yeah, definitely a Pokemon to watch out for. Definitely going to watch out for the weakness policy because I do not want this thing setting up on me. It could just kind of wreck me. Um, Next up is Zebstrika. Really fantastic special attacker. Um, Fast, usually runs specs. I don't know if he'll bring it this week just because sticky webs would really, really hinder it, especially with specs. But also fairly predictable set. Usually run Thunderbolt and or Volt Switch, Overheat, and a Hidden Power with choice specs. I mean, you can run the physical set with Wild Charge, uh, Flame Charge, but its physical options aren't as good as its special options are, which is why you mostly see special Zeb Strikers. It also gets Lightning Rod and Motor Drive, so both Lightning Rod boosts its special attack after an electric attack, so definitely something to watch out for. Last up on his team is the Porygon Z. Um, really, really great special attacking Pokemon. You can I'll also run physical. Gets two great abilities to really boost its power. It gets download and adaptability. Um, Personally, I think if he's gonna bring it, he'll probably bring the download set because of coverage like Ice Beam, because of coverage like Thunderbolt to be able to hit Skarmory and Alomomola, um, and just Tri Attack hits everything else. So it really hits everything on my team for neutral damage. So I think Porygon Z is definitely a potential bring. Um, so my prediction for his team is Victini, Mega Altaria, Porygon Z, uh, Shaman. So that's four right there. Claydol or Mandibuzz, and Milotic. So I'm expecting some combination of those seven Pokemon, as in like Heliolich's, Claydol, or Mandibuzz. But anyway, time to get into my team. What I guess brought for him. Uh, so here we go. We have Bisharp, Gardevoir, Galvantula, Cloyster, Typhlosion, and Alomomola. Uh, So yeah, this is my team. Unfortunately, I didn't give him nicknames this week, guys. I'm sorry. I really wish I could have, but again, I threw the team together on the ride over to where I was going, so nicknames kind of just slipped my mind. Um, so yeah, okay. So this week I decided I would bring Bisharp uh, with Choice Scarf Defiance, mainly for that Victini. Um, And you'll notice I didn't actually bring the Sucker Punch this week. Even though he could be running Scarf, I ran Choice Scarf myself instead. Because after Sticky Web, I will outspeed him. I'll be able to knock off. If I expect the switch, I can go for Pursuit. Iron Head is for the Altaria, for the Rhyperior, if he wants to bring it. And Aerial Ace is actually for the Shaman. It does a little more damage to that. Also for the Keldeo, so I don't have to use a Dark type attack on it. Um, and yeah, this is just going to be my come in and maybe take a hit. Maybe I can get the Defiant off of like a Defog boost or something. It would be really nice if I could get the Defiant boost, especially since I'm running Scarf this week. Um, yeah, Adamant, because I don't really need the speed with Scarf. And yeah, max attack, max speed, not much else to say there. Um, the next up is Mega Gardevoir. Um, Running Hyper Voice, Will-O-Wisp, Calm Mind, and Focus Blast. Yeah, only two attacks this week. Mostly because I didn't really need Psyshock. I mean, Hyper Voice takes care of everything else. Um, the only thing that really like sort of walls me out actually is the Victini or a special defensive Milotic. But yeah, Focus Blast takes care of Rhyperior and Registeel. And Hyper Voice just takes care of everything else. Will-O-Wisp is if he decides to bring physically offensive Altaria, I can just Will-O-Wisp it and really cripple it like that. I can also do that to the Registeel if he wants to bring that. Rhyperior. Just to eliminate his physical threats. And Calm Mind, just to boost, especially set up on any of his bulky special attackers like maybe Claydol. Um, Next up is, oh yeah, sorry. I'm running max speed just in case I want to bring it in before webs get up. That way I can speed tie the Victini without a Scarf. I believe I speed tie Mega Altaria also before a Dragon Dance. and also speed tie the Shaman, and pretty much outspeed everything else except the Keldeo, which can't even do that much damage to me. Next up is Galvantula, and guys, you probably expected this by now, but this is the Sticky Web set with Thunder, Bug Buzz, Sticky Web, and Thunder Wave. No Volt Switch this week. I felt like the Claydol, Rhyperior, and Zebstrika sets really just wouldn't help me out there. Really, Galvantula is only around to get the Sticky Webs up and maybe to hit the Keldeo or something, or the Victini, or the Shaman with a special super effective hit. I mean, it also matches up decently well against my low tick, but that's about it. Um, so yeah, I'm really hoping that I can get webs up and keep webs. That would be fantastic because that would mean that my other Pokemon would be able to come in and really just clean up. Um, so next up is Cloyster. Uh, Now this is a Shell Smash set. Okay. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up. I meant to bring Focus Sash with Shell Smash, but I screwed up. I put leftovers on instead because this was originally supposed to be a bulky Cloyster. I was considering not even bringing Cloyster, to be honest. I wasn't sure how well it matched up, but once like the Registeel is gone, Cloyster really just kind of puts in work. Oh, the Registeel and the Keldeo. Once those two are gone, if he brings either of those, Cloyster kind of just cleans up. This is the Janitor set. Uh, so yeah, I kind of screwed up. I brought leftovers over Focus Sash. Hopefully that won't matter too much. But it is the standard Shell Smash set with Rock Blast, Icicle Spear, and Hydro Pump to hit people on the special side. Like that Rhyperior, which would likely resist taking too much damage from the Icicle Spear. And that's pretty much it. Pretty standard set. The speed is just so I speed creep I believe I will just outspeed a Choice Scarf Victini, or a Keldeo after a Shell Smash. And so I put the rest of it into HP just so I can take hits a little bit better. But yeah, that's my Cloyster set. Next up is Typhlosion. Bringing the Choice Spec set this week. This one relies on, for sure, getting up the Sticky Webs and keeping them up. And if I can do that, this guy just kind of wrecks through his whole team. Eruption just does massive damage to everything at full health. Got to keep rocks off my side of the field, though. That's the thing. Like I wanted to bring defensive Cloyster to run Rapid Spin, but just the sweeper set was like it just looks so much better in my eyes. But yeah, anyway, maybe I can switch this thing in on a V Create. Get the Flash Fire boost and just fire off Eruption after Eruption. Once I'm not at full health, I can just go for Fire Blast. Focus Blast is mostly for the Rhyperior, just because it resists the rest of them. And I guess the Porygon Z, but that doesn't like taking Eruption anyway. And Extrasensory, I kind of just threw on as a fourth move in case I didn't want to go for the Fire Blast, in case I didn't want to go for the Focus Blast. Because Extrasensory hits most things on his team for neutral damage. And also hits the Keldeo a little harder than the other attacks do. Although, to be honest, Specs Eruption against a Keldeo is just not something Keldeo likes to deal with at all. And finally, what I believe is the glue that holds this team together is Alomomola. This thing is so incredibly bulky. I mean, I wasn't even sure if I was going to bring this, but I needed some sort of defensive Pokemon, and Skarmory wasn't going to cut it this week. And I didn't want to bring Garchomp because he has way too many things that have ice coverage on his team. Plus, I thought it might be a little bit predictable after last week. So I'm bringing Scald, Wish, Protect, Toxic, full specially defensive set with a little bit in defense. This set is just able to take hits from the Keldeo. This is basically This is my number one instant Keldeo response. I mean, he has no coverage moves that can do anything to me. Not from the physical side, not from the special side. Rhyperior can't touch me. Mandibuzz, the only thing it could hope to do is toxic me. Um, really doesn't take damage from my low tick. Claydol, nope. Victini, it even walls out Victini. Even a Bolt Strike from a Choice Banded Victini can only do up to 70% to it, and I'll have to switch out after that. But I can get Wish. I can use a Wish as he brings in the Victini and switch into something predicting the Bulk Strike, and then I can just take it out. Like, probably the Bisharp would be the best option. But yeah, V-Create does almost nothing to me. Really. Another thing I gotta watch out for, I guess, is any special uh, electric type attacks from the Victini, like the Thunder. I gotta watch out for the Zebstrika in case he brings that. Um, but yeah, this Alomomola set just walls everything out. It's so fantastic. So yeah, that's my team for this week, guys. Make sure you leave a comment down below what you think of the team. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and get to stay tuned to all my content. And we're looking forward to showing you guys this battle that I've already done. This just feels so weird. All right, I'm gonna end this awkward ending off right now. So I will see you champs in the next video. Peace.